Hi everybody, this is Swing 2 Week 4.
My name is Leia.
And I'm Freeman, and since we haven't had it on any of the videos, we're going to put the shim material that we've been working on at the very beginning of class, we're going to put it right now. So we're going to have the shim to counts all the way up through the half breaks section that we already did. So we're just going to do that right now if you want to review or you want to check it out. And it's just all the counts all the way through. And Leia's going to face that way, I'm going to face this way so you can see it from the front and from the back. Alright, here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3. Here comes a full break. Step, tap, step together, back it up. Here we go. And you push it and you push it and you cross over and you push it and you push it and you cross over, forward, back, forward, kick, do it again, and a kick, one more, and a kick, hold, stomp off, tap, 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 stomp off, tap, 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 stomp off, tap, tap, here comes a full break, step, tap, step, tap, 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 half break, back it up, half break, put your knees. Yeah, nice. Sorry, I messed up saying it a little bit there because I was thinking about it. But that's all the way through, and then we'd repeat that whole thing, and we freeze on every full break. And then that's basically most of the choreography except for the boogie chorus. Yeah. Nice, so now we're going to get into the level 2 material for this week. And the theme was dynamics. So dynamics, what we were talking about is kind of the changes that we can put on the dance individually to help, you know, emphasize the music or express the music or just kind of express our own dancing in different ways. So the 4 major things we talked about were small, big, low, and high. So different ways to emphasize those. So the first thing we did was we worked on small. So just keeping everything really small, very low energy, but still high quality. So just keeping everything real tiny. And figuring out how to lead and follow based on that. Yeah. And so we had everyone try that, and that went pretty well. And then we also talked about how small works well for fast, not just slow. So that worked really well. And then if it's a little bit faster, if I keep it small, it makes my dancing a lot more manageable, not so erratic. Keeping everything tiny. Yeah. And so that's nice to play with too. And then we went to big, and we kind of talked about how that's the opposite. Instead of keeping things small and upright, I can get kind of low and get more into these kind of shapes. So I guess the big one we talked about was just kind of spreading out, like on the swing out, having a bigger 1, 2, bigger footwork, getting more grounded, and just basically trying to be as wide as we can, which makes us low, but those don't have to be the same. But we talked about how they can kind of go together. So big doesn't have to be low. Big can be kind of spread out, widening yourself, making yourself more visible. And then we got into low and high. So big and low can often go together, right? Because we spread out. And then high and small can go together because we have to take small steps to have this upright feeling. But they don't always go together, so we talked about mixing those up and how that works. And so with the low, we kind of did fun things like the skim out into whatever, just keeping things real grounded, and then leads resetting with a rock step, and trying not to throw the follow off if you can, but follows also being aware that you can switch feet and just rock step on the correct foot whenever you need to be able to do that. So we talked about that. Low downs is one, a swing out where we get kind of low on the rock step. Talked about like the Frankie bow. So that's kind of a nice styling. You wouldn't do it all dance, but you could throw that in, whenever you want. And then high. So high was like trying to project up a little bit more. So I talked about like a hand on the swing out, and then Leia has awesome swing out arms that she talked about a little bit.
And we also did the switches.
All right. So see how she can get high, I can get low. We can switch it up. I can go high also. She can go low. So these are awesome ways to think about the high and the low part. And then real quickly we talked about that's kind of the aesthetic difference between what we might say is Harlem Lindy Hop and what we might say is California Lindy Hop is the low kind of bigness, the spread out and looseness, versus the higher, a little bit tighterness, which we can just show a little bit because we can do that. So this is a little bit higher, smaller footwork, right? So this is more the California idea. And then we can get into the lower, more spread out, more jazzy kind of Harlem idea. Whew. And I don't want to generalize those dances as just that, but that's definitely something that we can think about when you're doing those, is that can be a difference to help you get that aesthetic and the dynamics of that particular style of swing. Noises. So then we went into kind of like making noises at different parts. So we talked about snaps, slaps, claps, and stomps. We didn't get to like try all those as that much, but we definitely worked on passes with a clap. Just whatever you want to do. And then like whatever slaps. And we talked about, sometimes you might be slapping with the hand you're supposed to grab with, so maybe you grab with the other hand. So it lets you try some interesting things. And then throwing in, we did different, what did we do? You can throw in different stomps. Just stomps can kind of work in a variety of places because it's tap based. So yeah, I think that was most of it.
Yeah,
cool.
That's it.
Nice job, everyone.